Hello, my name is Xavier Mercado, and this is Spearhead Conversations. Today, I'm joined by Brandis Frater, upcoming DJ in Milwaukee. He's making moves. He's making waves with affiliations with Adidas and just the backing of the city of Milwaukee. This man is a name to be reckoned with through networking and just the blessings. We were able to get his attention. So, he's here with us today. So what's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on? I appreciate you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Hey, for real. How's your week been going?
It's been good. Just gigging, usual work, work and play. I get to do both. I'm thankful to do that.
Awesome, man. Well, I've been following you, and I gotta say, man, coming from the city of Milwaukee, growing up here, man, you making us proud, man.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming out, but without further ado, what it do? Well, you ready to jump into this?
Let's jump into it.
All right, man. So where were you born?
I was born in Brooklyn, but I've been raised here in Milwaukee, and I've been here since I was 8 years old. My mom and dad got divorced at a young age, and they just called it quits. And my mom, she's from St. Thomas, and her sister, lived here in Milwaukee, so she wanted to be closer to her sister. So we moved here, and I've been here ever since.
Got you. How was your childhood?
It was pretty decent. I mean, life.
Yeah.
But it was something different. Childhood was a little different because I actually traveled to a few states, before the age of 8, and before we were I never got to settle nowhere. I remember my first grade, when I was in first grade, I remember getting pulled out of class from my pops, and he was like, "Yeah, we're going back to New York," and it was on my birthday too.
Yeah.
And we did, but I just never knew, that's why, I'm still, to this day, I'm a little socially awkward, because I never, got to, stay in one place. And
for sure, always on the move.
Yeah.
Man, well, what hobbies did you have growing up?
Tap dancing, watching movies. I'm a big movie guy. Still to this day, I actually collect DVDs still, the Blu-rays. Yeah, I know everything's transitioning into digital.
Yeah.
But that's my thing. I like to collect DVDs and stuff like that.
That's fire.
Yeah. Even honestly, even with the digital stuff, I collect those too.
Yeah.
I actually buy the movies, even though most of them are on different streaming services. Yeah. Just because you just never know. Netflix might not be around 20 years from now. So.
Who's your favorite actor?
Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
I gotta be a Denzel guy. But also, I have a favorite comedian too, and that's gonna be Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, man. I'm with you. I'll back you on that one.
I'm a big Jim Carrey fan.
I used to do impressions for my family.
I did too.
Look at that.
I did the Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura, yeah.
Okay. And it's in the bone. It's in the bone. And The Mask, too. That's a really good one.
The Mask is good, man.
Yeah. I used to have a stain on my tooth when I was a kid because I reenacted. My mom used to braid hair back in the day. And in front of her customers, she was like, "Show them how you do the mask." And I would do this little mask thing. Yeah. And one time I hit the beam of the wall and I punched my tooth
into the gum.
Yep. And I had a stain on my tooth. I was super and my mom took me to the dentist, I want to say 10 years later, and got it fixed for me. And I was like, all right, I'm that dude again.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom, if you're watching this.
Well, man, music is a big part of your life. Mm-hmm. Who were musical influences of yours?
Michael Jackson, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh, I have so many. Luther Vandross, Michael Jackson again.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. I used to have all the albums. They had this VHS of his greatest hits, but his music videos.
Yeah.
My mom copped that for me, man. Fire.
Yeah. Did you watch the Thriller?
Oh, yeah. I had it all.
That was a
on
thing,
there.
though.
Yep.
People could never, they don't really watch music videos no more, I feel like. Even though they're dope videos, whatever, but, watching the behind-the-scenes thing of Thriller was, a thing.
I remember, growing up, what year were you born?
91.
91? Okay, I'm 89, so you're
Okay,
right there.
yeah.
But I remember before going to school, second grade, watching either VH1 or MTV, Fugees,
Yeah.
Nas,
Yeah.
you name it, man.
I
Like,
got to see Nas at Summerfest. Fire.
legend, your favorite rapper
Yeah.
over Jay-Z. I
Really?
know people always say that, but guess what? I'm more of a
his lyrics is crazy.
I'm lyricism
Okay.
all day. That's what
Okay.
I pay attention for.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why it's J. Cole all day.
Same. I agree.
But music a big part. What's your earliest memory of finding a love for music?
To be honest with you, I like, when they always ask you as a kid, like, what you want to be when you grow up, I used to tell everybody I want to be either a lawyer or a tap dancer. It's so random, like so fine line between the two. But I had no, I didn't plan on being a DJ. I didn't plan on doing anything with music, to be honest with you. In high school, I had just graduated high school in 2009, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I was working a dead-end job at Popeyes or something like that, a fast food restaurant job. Still getting it, I was staying at my dad's house at the time, and I had no.
Yeah, no idea what it was coming to.
So what I used to do though, on the weekends after work, I used to always hang out with a select group of friends. It was 6 to 7 of us, and we used to all hang out, drink,
for sure,
party,
man.
And it was just us though. That's all we did. Come to my crib for weeks, and that's what we did on the weekends. And then I'm like, damn, man, I want to just throw it. Let me just throw a party, right? And I did. Months down the line, and first the parties came from 12 people to 30 people, and 30 people to 40 people. Yeah. And then people know, I was trapping at the house with a party though, and people used to come and they used to find out my stuff. And this is before Twitter was on the rise, Twitter was just on the rise. So I was using Twitter, DMing the hotties on Twitter, and Facebook was popping when there's a promoter's best friend at that time. And I didn't have no club, I didn't have no venue. I literally just trapped out the basement parties and stuff. And eventually, it went from free to $5, $1 at the door, to $5 at the door. Sometimes $10 at the door, because it got so crazy because hundreds of people wanted to party and come to my parties. And the people under me that were still in high school were trying to come to my parties too. Yeah. So I was to a demographic of college kids, because I didn't go to college, and high school students. And I put them all together at that time. Yeah. And those are the people that helped me get into the club.
Build a name.
I built my name, and then I started renting out venues. Anything I'll pay. I was paying people's rent sometimes. I was like, can I use your crib to throw this party? And it sounds crazy. I'll pay somebody's rent. Your stuff is $600-$700. Here's $700, and I'll make it back.
For sure.
Throwing the parties.
Well, this is more so you going forward out of high. What type of student were you in high school?
I was a class clown.
Class clown?
Yeah. I was kind of I was cool with the nerds, because I was a little nerdy myself, and I was cool with the cool kids, whatever. What do they call them? The basketball people.
Yeah. The jocks.
Yeah. I was cool with them all. I was that fine line in between, but yeah.
Well, you mentioned tap dancing.
Yeah. That's so random.
And I gotta touch it. I ain't never, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I know it's random. That's just something did I watch a movie or something? Maybe Michael Jackson, because he used to always have those shoes. I used to always tell my mom, I want to be a tap dancer. She really thought I was going to be a tap dancer. Yeah. But my early sorry for circling back so random. I do this sometimes. Yeah. But my earliest recollection of music, now that I think about it, and it just hit me right now, was in middle school when I went to John Muir, and I played clarinet. Okay. And then 2 years after that, they moved me up to alto clarinet when I was in 8th grade, and I was the only alto clarinet player in the school. Yeah. So I got to lead the clarinet players and stuff. So that was my early recollection of music. Now that I think about it.
Well, that
just came to me right here. Wow.
We got him.
Y'all heard it here first on Spearhead.
Yeah. Well, man, tap dance, I got to give you props. My brother, he did a musical in high school, and he had to learn to dance, and I remember him always, that year practicing in the basement, and it was for a musical, but It was super cool to me.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, that looks super difficult, but I let him do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can do that. Now you've made a name for yourself. Now you've basically, you got hundreds of people coming to your party, this humble growth. What inspired the name Mr. New York?
So it follows back to high school. It's just a random story, but I got into a fight my first day of so I went to a choice school before I went to a public school.
Yeah.
And I got kicked out of the public school for doing some stupid stuff. And then when I went to, my dad was pissed at me. If he watches this, he's going to remember exactly what I'm talking about. But I signed myself up for Custer High School.
Wow.
In 12th grade, yeah. And I just wanted, I know my brother went there, but I know it was rough or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I signed I legally signed his name on my papers. And he was pissed, he was furious at me. He was like, "You're going to Custer?" He was trying to put me in some Christian school again.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Nah, Dad, I wanna live a normal life or like that type of thing, because I never got to experience regular high school."
For sure.
So I signed myself up. My first day of school, got into a fight. It's so petty, and think about it, it's so stupid. We're having tug of war, and I pulled the guy down, and and I think I'll give him benefit of the doubt. I think he had a mental, something was wrong with him in the head, and looking back at it, and he gets in my face, and I get back. I ain't stepping down to him, and somebody once told me, if somebody gets in your face and you feel threatened,
that's right,
hit them first.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what I did.
Don't come in my bubble.
And so it goes back to my story earlier, how I got cool with the cool kids, and I was still because I got
you were
my
a floater.
First day, yeah. I was cool with everybody. I was all about love. I still am. And after the fight, I guess I won, and the basketball players, they were in the gym with us, and they were like, "Yo, my boy Sylvester, I'm still cool with him to this day." He was like, "Yo, man, you whooped his butt, right?" He didn't say that, but you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure, man.
He's like, "Man, you got into him." And then he was like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Brandis." He's like, "Nah, we ain't calling you that." He's like, "Where you from?" I was like, "Well, I was born in New York." He's like, "That's what we're gonna call you. We're gonna call you New York." So in high school, 12th grade, they called me New York in high school. And then I didn't want to put a DJ when I finally learned how to DJ, because I wasn't a DJ at first. I was just throwing parties.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Instead of playing I'm more than a DJ, I'm just gonna put Mr. in front of it because I'm a guy, Mr. New York. And that's how I got the name. I made it myself.
That's fire.
From my guys in high school that was on the basketball team.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the story. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's going everywhere. I know.
No. I was having a conversation with my wife, and I was like, I hope he just didn't say it because he's from New York. But there's a story to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it could, you know how New York is all about,
for sure.
the name, Mr. New York. What do you mean by that? How
you want to hear something?
Yeah.
So I don't mean to cut you off, but I tried moving to New York after I graduated.
Okay.
And it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But in that time, I'm a guy that I gotta know my surroundings. So one of the biggest problems my family had with me is I would walk everywhere. Now, South Bronx, the area my family comes from, it's not.
Yeah, I'm about to say it ain't no walking area.
It ain't no walking area. But if you mind your own and you ain't making eye contact and you just.
Yeah,
you'll be left alone.
Yeah.
They can spot when people aren't from there, but if you know what I mean? Me, long story short, I made friends with the surrounding blocks around me, and what eventually happened is they started calling me Wisconsin.
Really?
For real. And every time they see me, I remember my boy Marky on the block. He's from Fox, but he Wisconsin, throw them W's up. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? When you're telling me how you got your name, it's just that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Through these gigs, do you remember your first one and the emotions you had?
My house party?
Your first gig.
Or my first, because I
Let's do it like that.
Okay.
Your first gig.
Okay.
Before any of this started.
Yeah.
The emotions you had there.
Yeah, I would say I can't remember. There's so many of them. I threw hundreds of house parties. But I do remember the friends that was with me, and most of them still around to this day.
Yeah.
We're still close friends. We might not talk all the time, but we know, like, every time we link up, it's still there. Like, that love.
Oh, for sure.
And they were always with me every time, every step of the way, always supporting, always spreading my name to other people because they seen how serious I was
support,
about it.
Man. Yeah.
Like, you know, you just have those real friends that's really just, they got you.
Oh, for sure. Then let's do it like this. How about your first big gig?
My first DJ gig?
Yeah.
It was at Bamboo. Yeah, I remember. It was a stoplight.
Bamboo, bro.
Bamboo Lounge. Yeah, shout outs to Frank. Frank hit me up. Frank Dino, who owns Mangoes.
Yep.
He owned Bamboo at the time. And he wrote me on Instagram because we had like a lot of close friends. And he was like, yo, like, let's talk. And I never been in Mangoes, and I'm walking through Mangoes. He had me try some chicken. Chicken was fire.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, like, you know, like I've been hearing about you. A lot of people bring up your name. Like, you know, how about we start you at Bamboo? And that was history. And I did that stoplight party with DJ D Matic. He was the resident DJ there on Thursdays, and they brung me on with him. And I'm so happy that happened too, because like, I got to actually experience, because, you know, being a house party DJ, you think just playing music is being a DJ, right? Just pushing play, and these crappy transitions are like great. But I actually got to see a really good DJ, and that was Diego, DJ D-Matic. He's such a good DJ, such a good friend of me to this day.
He just came up in my feed. That's
really? That's my brother.
Yeah.
That's my brother. We call ourselves Cafe and Noche. He's the reason why I know so much Spanish music too. Like, you know, like anytime yo, what's new? What's like,
for sure,
what's popping? What's next? Like, he knows it, you know, and he'll send it to me. And anything I know new, like, I'll send it to him. It's like a two-way street over here. And any DJ that ever wants knowledge or music from me, it's music, especially Milwaukee music.
Yeah. Who have been mentors for you?
I would say D-Matic. Yeah, that's the only mentor I've had, really. Also, we never worked together a lot, but DJ Mighty Thor was a really big mentor to me too, because I remember one time I was in the club. It was at Jinx, actually. And it's a funny story that me and him have together, so I might as well tell the world now because no one knows about this.
Do it.
Because it's funny. So you heard it here first. Thor was guest DJing with me at Jinx as I was the resident DJ, and he came on board, and I was playing. I literally was one of those DJs that was playing on the controller, right? Because that's all I knew. And the turntables was already there, and Thor was like, "Nope, we're not playing on this." He literally puts my controller back. He was like, "We're playing on turntables tonight."
Yeah. And
I've only literally played on turntables like two or three times with Diego, and he was trying to teach me. So he put me on the turntables, and it wasn't going good for me. It was like, I thought I was that guy. I was not that guy.
Yeah.
And Thor goes in, he clamps up on the turntables, rocks the crowd. I'm just on the mic, and I'm just looking stupid and lost. I go upstairs and cry.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Oh, damn.
Cry. Like,
yeah.
I felt embarrassed. I was like, I ain't no real DJ. But what did it do for me? I could either just take this this moment and just cry about it, or I can get better.
Yeah.
So I bought my own self for turntables.
Okay.
And I taught myself how to DJ on turntables. And then I had a gig at District with DJ New Styles and Berto, who's Prince of the Mill. We had a Wednesday party at the time, and Thor ended up stopping in, and he looks over. He was like, "Oh, you're on turntables now." And I was like, and I looked back at him because I'm proud, because I'm like, I'm really like,
I'm ready, dog.
I'm ready. And I look back, I was like, yeah, I want to thank you though.
Yeah.
Because you made me ready for this moment. You know what I mean?
For sure, man.
So like, that's why I like any DJ that don't know how to play on certain equipment, I'll throw them on there, not knowing, because I'm trying to make them better. Like, it's like like Kobe Bryant. He always pushed his players with him. Like, that's the only way you can get better.
You always, this is my favorite motto. I got this from Rogan on one of his motivational videos. finding comfort in discomfort.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Because it's just that has been the motto of this journey I've been on, and it's so true, man.
Yeah.
You'll never grow if you don't put yourself outside of the box. So
Dope.
man.
Yeah. So shouts to DJ Mighty Thor, man. And I used to go to Dick's to go see him, Apollo XO, all these like big name DJs at that time, and you know, like, I'm just like want to give them their flowers, like it's so dope. You know what I mean? It's always good to watch.
Well, man, let's give them this.
Yes.
We'll do that, man.
Kid Cut Up too. That's another guy.
What type as a DJ? What type of style do you feel you represent?
I'm just open format.
Open format.
Yeah, I play on any crowd as I can. Like if I gotta play for a predominantly Hispanic crowd, I can rock it. A black crowd, I can rock it. A white crowd, I can rock it. Asian crowd, I can rock it.
What's your approach when you're setting up for a set?
For what? I freestyle. So like, I call myself the Lil Wayne of DJing.
Okay, got you.
Like I look at the crowd, and even when there's no crowd, like I just spice it up. I might play like it depends. It's different ways how I approach a set. Like. So I'm looking for more upbeat music in the club.
Yeah.
If there's no one in there, if there is people in there, it depends on the timing of the night. You know, the first hour really doesn't matter because those people are still going to be there later.
Yeah.
You know, so after 11, it really depends on like how busy the night is, and that's how I construct my night. Like my two safe music is Drake. Always have the Drake and Bad Bunny, because that's just what it is. Like you just never know, but like, and I like to go to that throwback Drake, like that.
Oh, for sure,
you know, like that before nothing was the same, before all of that. Like,
we talking trophies, or we talking
I dropped that. Yeah. We drop all that. Like one of my favorite ones though, that just gets the crowd going every time. That it don't matter when I play it or if I don't play it, or when I do play it, is Drake Over.
Yeah.
Like that beat. Dun, 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 it's like theatrical. And you just standing there like this, and I'm just gassing them up over the mic, like, y'all ready for, like, it's 7:20, like, y'all ready for the night? Like, whose birthday we celebrating? Like, and then that's literally like, or HYFY.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. F right.
Yeah.
We're being PG, okay?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man, what? How do you feel like? What have been your biggest moments engaging a crowd? Like memorable moments that have just stood out for you through this?
I got two.
Okay.
My first one, when I was like, I got it. It was at 7:20. Giannis is in the building.
Okay.
It's for Alex Antetokounmpo's birthday, and Alex and his friends are having a good time. They're in the VIP behind me. Giannis is on his phone on the stairs, just like checking on it, like like big bro.
For sure.
He's not in the action, but he's there, and people trying to take videos and pictures of him, but the security ain't letting that happen.
Yeah.
So Giannis is chilling on the phone, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him to come up here and turn up.
Yeah.
I play Burna Boy. He's not. I know because me knowing that he's Greek.
Yeah.
But he's Nigerian.
Yeah.
So I play some Nigerian music. I was like, we have some special guests that so happen to be Nigerian in the club tonight. Like,
okay.
I'm not
setup is real.
Right. And then literally I play Burna Boy last.
Mm.
Now at that time I really didn't like, it's hit or miss with that song sometimes.
Yeah.
And when I hit it, it was like last shallow. And Giannis goes, and he grabs his brother, and they just turn it up. I got him from coming up them stairs, to come up the stairs,
for sure.
And after that, I was like, all right, now we're gonna get into the ratchet stuff.
Oh, for real?
The Webby, the Gunna, and Giannis is literally recording me like a dad on his phone.
For sure.
So I know, Giannis, check your phone, man. I know I'm in there. Send me them videos.
Send him the video.
And the other moment would be when I went out there at Summerfest. I did my own show at Summerfest this past year, July 7th in 2023. And it was just a moment, man. Like, cause I just had the 10 years of like all the hard work, and
Yeah.
I got emotional about it. It was like a moment, and I'm hugging my guys, like, yo, thank y'all for being a part of this. GA was one of them.
Yeah.
Nick, Gilly, all these people that, you know, they helped me be on that platform.
Yeah.
And it was just a beautiful moment, man. Like it was so perfect. Like it rained on the country show, and the country people are at my stage, and they're just there, and it's like, bro, it's like 15,000, 13,000 to 15,000 people out there, and I'm just looking at it, and the stage only supposed to hold 8,000 people.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. Like that was crazy to me.
Well, it's those come around moments, you know, where it all connects and all that hard work.
Yeah.
I had that moment not so long ago. You know, Fast and Furious was a big movie for me.
Yeah, same.
So getting Noel G. Hector
crazy.
to come onto the platform, it was like one of those. It was a surreal moment, but I mean, you know, persistence, consistency. That's what it brings.
Yeah.
You know, it hasn't always been easy for you throughout this career this career path you chose.
Yeah.
What were barriers that were in your way when you first began?
I feel like a lot of doors weren't open for me. And this might sound like crazy, but like being one of the only black DJs downtown was very rough for me, you know, because you get labeled a statistic of being ghetto, and you bring that wrong, the bad crowd, and all of this stuff. So like when I migrated from being like a predominantly South Side DJ, like on the South Side, all those clubs, and then you try to migrate downtown, like there's a lot of people that aren't going to be thinking like you're the one to rock the crowd. And then I remember being at Gilly's, and I'm just guest DJing, and I'm playing all the
good old techno,
you know, the house music, the pop, you know, the Biebers, the Keshas, all of that. You know, and it took like a few people to really like vouch for me that I was really in those rooms, like, yo, like, nah, he got it. Like, I trust him, like, to be here on them nights, you know.
Well, you can't deny talent, and you can't deny when someone is unique in what they do. Like I said, I just want you to know there's been several. There's been more on my hand that have reached out to me and asked, like, you, or said you should get Mr. New York on this platform, and it just tells me like that work ethic is there. Through those barriers now, you feel like your back is against the wall. What was it like pushing through that and making way?
Like you said earlier, just persistence, man. I just kept working. Like I'm a workaholic. Like it's bad. Like I'm still a workaholic though. Like because I feel like if I don't be working, somebody else is gonna take my place. Yeah. And I don't want nobody to take my place right now. I am
that Mamba
ambitious.
mentality, dog.
I am like a pit bull. Like,
he got the jacket Kobe was wearing.
Come on, like. Like, you know, and respectfully, I am very competitive. I have so many ideas in my head that I just be wanting to put out, but I know sometimes I have to wait. I've learned to stay patient, because I've lost a lot of money doing this. I've gained a lot of money doing this. I've lost a lot of friends doing this and gained a few friends doing this. Like relationships lost, you know, like, you know, and all that to say, like, that's how much I love it. Yeah. You know, and I wouldn't trade it for where I'm really blessed to be able to still do what I'm doing 10 years later, you know. Yeah.
How do you feel Milwaukee is attributed to your success?
Oh, man, they're the most important part. I mean, if I didn't have the people at those house parties, I probably wouldn't be in the club. If I didn't have the people at the club still spending their hard-earned money at my gigs, trying to support me, buying shots for their friends or me, you know, buying bottles, VIP, like, I would not be at Summerfest, you know, like.
For sure, man.
Those people that came to R&B Tuesday and supported a crazy idea that I said, like, well, we said as a collective, like, people are going to sing R&B music from 9 to 1 a.m.
I would be one of those people. I don't go out like that anymore. But man, R&B is, man, if you come from the 90s,
I'm
man,
telling you, we do that, but we go everywhere with it.
The 2000s,
you
yeah.
know? Especially with now, like in year 4, one thing I've been noticing, the crowd is always changing constantly, and people don't understand. Like we have sometimes people that come from Waukegan, Illinois, and Chicago to come to our stuff.
Yeah.
I sometimes like go into don't ask me how, but I go into like a depot of R&B Tuesday on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I look at, why don't I have one in Chicago? And this one dude literally responded like, bro, I'll be coming to one in Milwaukee. Like some guy randomly, and this isn't a guy that followed me, not a guy that knew none of my friends. And he said that. He was like, yo, this one in Milwaukee, let's go to that one. I'm like,
Okay.
how? Like, how do y'all know about this? And I think back, I was like, oh, I ran ads in Chicago before.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like when it comes to marketing, I love doing marketing. Like
Yeah.
I want to one day do marketing for other people.
Do you think that's how you stay ahead of your, like, these musical trends that come through, like through?
So TikTok, I used to always be against TikTok, but me not knowing, like I felt like an old guy. So I'm like, let me just try out TikTok.
Yeah.
Right. And I get on TikTok, and I hated it for like a month or two. And I was like, man, something, like I gotta get something from this, right? This application that's on my phone, I gotta get something from it. And I'm watching the music, like people like come and request like all this TikTok music that's in the clubs now. The Ice Spice, the Cuff It dance and all that other stuff. What's the new one? It's another new one. But not trying to get too deep into it, but there comes trends of music
For sure.
that people use. So I started playing them in the club. People love it.
JP Bad Bitty.
Yeah, that's one of them. I play that song, R&B Tuesday, because he's singing.
Yep.
He's harmonizing.
That's right.
And it gets the crowd going every time. I play it at 7:20. It gets the crowd going. They love it. I might run it back again.
Yeah.
You know, shouts to JP. Like,
Shout out.
and it's dope. Like, just to see a Milwaukee artist like have that influence on the world, like that's crazy. Like that's dope.
National, man.
So you have to support it and make sure me as a DJ, I'm pushing that. You know.
Well, you know, don't sell yourself short. You have affiliations with Adidas.
Yeah.
You mind elaborating on that?
Yeah. So I basically DJ Adidas for the company Adidas. Anytime they need work in the Midwest, or Bad Bunny's Adidas artist. So if, not saying I have done it, but like if he is doing an Adidas party and he's doing it in Milwaukee, like a pop-up, or Chicago, I'll be the DJ, or on the roster of DJs for Adidas. Yeah.
That's fire, man.
Yeah.
How did you put your foot in the door with that one?
My guy Shake, he owns Clicks and Sneaks downtown. He's, a lot of people don't know, like he's Jam Master Jay's best friend before he was deceased.
Oh wow.
And Shake is such a good dude. Like I've done events for him.
Yep.
And he just put me in that room. He was like, yo, like, you know, this is who I know, who yada, yada, yada. And I got some emails through some people. And that's just how it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are favorite people you've collaborated with, and what venues are favorite for you that you've?
Favorite people that I've collaborated with? Oh, yeah, that should be a no-brainer. No offense to all the DJs that work with me, but I do have a favorite at R&B Tuesday. DJ Gemini Gilly and DJ Nick Stokes, like they just get it. Like
there's a chemistry.
Yeah, like the chemistry is good. They're playing great R&B music. They get the crowd into it, and they like family to me. You know, like Gilly. She kind of was under me for a little bit, like when she was trying to get in the Milwaukee scene, and she's a monster. She's so talented.
Gilly's a woman.
DJ Gemini Gilly, my favorite, not even my favorite female DJ. She's one of my favorite DJs.
Yeah,
like you put her in a room with a room full of men, and she might give you a run for your money. I put it on it.
Yeah,
like, I put money on it.
He's putting money on it.
Yeah,
the money's on the table.
I'll put the money on the table myself.
Yeah,
and split the profits with her. And I'm like, yo, like let's do this.
Let's do it.
Battle DJ. I put Gilly. Like she just gets it, man.
Yeah.
And Nick, and it's all full circle with me. Like Nick Stokes. Like this is my guy. Like we go way back then. Like when you know, a lot of people weren't messing with me back then. Like this man he used to throw parties back in the day. We threw parties at the same time, but he was doing parties heavily.
Yeah.
When I was like venturing out of the house party phase.
Gotcha.
And he had the venues, like he would rent out halls, the same hustle I did. And he just got it. And then he chose me to be his DJ for his events before anybody else. And that was crazy to me. Like, I'm like, oh, you crazy. He was like, bro, like your wave is coming. I know it's coming. He knew it.
Definitely.
And now that he's transitioned into a DJ too, it's all came together. Like
it all clicks.
Yeah, always, man. Like it's meant to happen that way.
Is there a certain venue?
We do R&B Tuesday there. But R&B Tuesday is my favorite party. My favorite.
Where is that?
At the Miramar Theater. Every Tuesday. Yep. From 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Plug.
Tell them.
And my favorite venue would be 720.
720?
Yeah. That's just it always changes. It's a hot spot, and also it always changes. Like people think we just play hip hop music. People think we're known as it's all of that. We play Bad Bunny. We play the Latin. Like we play everything because you have the North Side, South Side, everybody that be
East
partying
side.
downtown, East Side. They all come to this club, and then we have random models and athletes, and it's just actors sometimes, like comedians, like. You meet so many random people. I met Shane Gillis.
Oh, dude, he's my like right now. The comedian.
Yeah.
Oh God, man, dude, that's so dope.
And he's a funny dude. Like I didn't know
hilarious.
He's behind me. So Jordan Love comes to the club. A Packers quarterback.
Just dropping names.
And I have to, man. I
he
love
might turn me into a Packer fan. We don't. No, I'm a Jets fan, dog.
Oh, you're one of those.
No. I've been a Jets fan.
No.
I wasn't.
No.
Yeah.
I have cousins. So
for real?
Yeah. So like they all hit me up like, we got your guy because everybody know I love Aaron Rodgers. And they all hit me up. And I remember this day. And I was already having a bad day because I was sad about Aaron Rodgers leaving the Packers. Right? Yeah. I knew it was good. I didn't think it was going to happen, but I knew it was going to happen. And it was like a bad breakup. You just having a sad day. I literally just went to Lucky Ginger for some food. My car breaks down randomly. So I'm at the side of the road on Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang. And my cousin calls me. That's my thing. He's like, we got your guy, cuz. And I'm telling him about my day. I'm like, bro, like I'm already having a day. My car just broke down. He's like, that's cool and all, but son, like this is crazy. Like we got Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
we got QB 12. And I'm like, I just click. I was like, I'll talk to you later, bro.
Man. Well, I wasn't the happiest when he came because this is what was in my mind. He's gonna get hurt.
Oh.
Since before that and what happens first 4 minutes. But back to your Shane Gillis. So Jordan Love come in the club.
So Jordan Love's in the club. And this guy, I was like, dog, who the heck is this white dude behind me? And he's wearing, like, he's literally drinking a Miller Lite and they bringing out bottles. And he's like drinking his Miller Lite. And I'm seeing these white kids on the dance floor. They're like, hey. And I'm here thinking like they antagonizing Jordan Love because he had just like lost, you know, in the playoffs or whatever. So I'm like, dog, like chill out. And I see Shane. He's like, no, they're good. And I'm like, who is this guy? Like, right? Like, and he goes down there and it's like taking pictures. I'm like, and then after the night is over, club owner, he was like, yo, like, you know who that, like, the superstar that was really behind you? Like Shane Gillis, look him up. So I was like, oh, snap. I was like, all right. So I said thank you, Shane Gillis, Jordan Love, Sean Clifford was also there. And I said, thank you for coming out to the party because I was DJing. Like, appreciate you. All of a sudden, Shane Gillis responds to me. He's like, man, last night was great. And he hits me with a follow.
That's dope. That is dope.
And I'm like, what in the world? So I started doing my research. I'm like, dog, he has a Netflix special?
For real.
And I looked at all his material. I'm like, how did I not know this guy? Like, he's hilarious. I call him the white Dave Chappelle.
For real.
Go to
YouTube, see all his shorts, man, bro. There's
hilarious.
Nobody right now.
And then the week after that, he gets a Bud Light deal. Yep. Like, I'm like, who is this guy? Like, I'm like, hey, shout out to Shane Gillis, man. Hopefully you see this soon, man.
Man, So milestones, man. You're striding through. You are catching a wave through this city. What are milestones for you?
Summerfest would be the most important one. I got to headline my own show. Just being able to curate my own events are milestones. Being a good dad is a milestone to me. Like I want to be. I always tell my dad, like if I could be half of the father you were to me, I already made it.
Thanks, Dad.
For real though, shouts to my dad, man. He's the reason why I'm here, and like literally, like still with this DJ stuff, and the reason why I'm here living.
Yeah. What's on your bucket list as far as going into the future?
Maybe some ownership. Maybe owning my own venue one day. Maybe curating another big event. Just having the power and to myself, like just curating my own events. Yeah. That's.
Well, where do you see yourself in the next 5?
The next 5? Ownership.
Ownership?
Yeah.
Well, man, we always work up to this question, and this is really for like the city. Okay. Because you're a successful DJ in this city. What advice would you give to aspiring DJs as well as our youth?
Never give up. If one door closes in your face, the next one's gonna open up. Just keep on messing with them keys. You might have the wrong key right now, and look for them keys. One of them doors gonna open eventually. Yeah. They're gonna hear you for sure.
Got you. Yeah. And this is for the DJs?
Yeah, for the DJ. For anything, honestly. Anything you're doing.
How about our youth?
Our youth, man, like, for the youth, man, like, just be yourself. Like, you're going to go through a lot of stuff. And I wish I could have told myself this when I was younger. Like, you're just going to go through it, and it's okay to go through stuff. Just keep going. Like, just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, well, I appreciate you taking your time out. I really think it's important. Part of the reason why I do this platform is because I got 4 kids.
Oh, word.
And God forbid anything happens to me. This platform is a blueprint for them to see what success looks like. Every story counts. Your story counts. Whoever's next, you know what I mean? Yeah. All those that have come onto this platform, it's so important, especially in the time that we're in right now. It's people like you carrying the torch, whether you think that or not, So I really appreciate you coming on here. What are ways people can contact you, get a hold of you?
Yeah.
What nights are you doing big events?
Yeah. So they can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, or Twitter, or all social media. Whatever social media platform you have, it's Mr. New York Party, MR New York Party, and that's my tag. Yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing. You know what I mean. I got to get out to one of your events.
Let me know. I'm gonna put you on that guest list, man.
Hey.
You good. You don't have to walk in line. You good.
But man, I gotta say, look, you got me to wear the Yankee jersey today.
That.
I was like, I'm gonna be in the room with Mr. New York.
Yo, that's crazy.
We gotta wear this Yankee jersey.
I'm a big Yankee fan, by the way. I'm a big Yankee fan.
Brewers is still my number 1 team, but hey, I got the Yankees on me too, though. But again, I truly appreciate you coming out and just having a good time, man, and just conversating about you. I really feel you're representing this city well, and I look forward to your success blooming even more, man.
Yeah, man. Let's stay in contact for sure, man.
Oh, for sure, man. So with that, without further ado, Spearhead out.